Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anne and I am a former full-time reseller turned author who now resells as a side hustle just as a way to bring in some extra money. It is Wednesday and Wednesday is vintage booth restock day. So I'm getting ready to head downtown to freshen up my own booth as well as I help manage their Facebook page for the whole mall. So take pictures and get ready for that for the week. But first I'm here at Stuff Consignment because I have a big tote of stuff to take in here of things that are not going to sell on eBay or that take to the booth. So I've got the three places to sell: eBay, vintage booth, consignment store. So I'm kind of always going between the three, figuring out what sells best where. They are, it's July, I can't remember what date I'm filming on. It's Wednesday in July. Anyway, the consignment store twice a year does a big half off sale where it's kind of like the end of season, clear the store, reset for fall, winter. So that is coming up, I believe, next week. But they are taking fall, winter now. I think they're just holding it back until after the sale. The way it works at my consignment store is you sign up as a consignor and you can buy a black reusable bag and drop off consignment that way, or you can bring in a big tote and take it in that way. So the benefit of the bag is it gets processed faster. The benefit of the tote is you can put more in it. And right now I just have a lot of stuff, so it works better for the tote. I also want to make sure I'm getting any fall, winter that I have holiday in here now so that it hits the floor, because it takes them about 3 to 4 weeks to process the totes because there are so many, versus the bag, which is a week and a half. So hopefully when they're going to stop taking consignment for about a week leading up to the big sale, and hopefully they'll be able to catch up and get things processed. But they're always so busy with consignment, but they're always busy with shoppers too. A lot of people come here to shop. So anyway, I'm going to go in and take my tote in. I just drop it off. They do an initial sort, so they'll go through it and they'll move everything that they're probably going to take into a tote, give me back for sure what they don't take. Now, it doesn't mean that in the end they don't take a few things, but at that point they just donate them or whatever. My feeling with the consignment store is once I hand it over to them, that you do what you want. If they give it back to me, if I can take it to the booth, I will, but usually they take everything I bring. The last time I came, I did bring a bunch of pot holders and things that I got at an auction. They did not take those. However, I've priced them and I'm going to take them down to my booth. So it all works out. But anyway, I got a big tote. Time to go in here, and while they're processing it, I can kind of show you around. They all know me in here. They're like, hey. They're all so nice. They work really hard. They do have a separate store for furniture, but they've been putting some furniture over here. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's fun. And they're reminding people, like, we've got a whole furniture store over there. I've gotten a couple of tables over at the other place for my booth. Got the back to school stuff out. I think they'll go back almost like a month from now. The day I'm filming, I think school starts. Maybe a month and a week. Ooh, lots and lots of candles. Got some Scentsy. It's fun. And then they have these cases where they put the higher priced handbag. Did you know Juicy Couture is making a comeback? Who knew? Who knew? I guess maybe you did. If I just told you and you're like, I knew, then you would have known. Kurt Geiger. Ooh. Then they have some of the collectibles in here. Oh, look at that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's cute. And he's half off. 80%. They do sales here. After 2 months, they go to 60% off. After 3 months, 80% off. And the way you know is the tag will have a date on it, and they post the dates every day. So you just have to look at the date. If they don't have obviously if they have a clearance on it, but can get some really good deals here. But usually I bring things in and they do sell pretty fast. Sometimes they're doing a sale. So it's just a great way for me to liquidate excess inventory, especially since I do bulk buys, make some money. This is the antique section. When is amber glass going to come back? It needs to make a comeback because I think we all as resellers, the amber glass, the green, the 70s colors, come back, and clear. Oh, clear glass. Why? Why did they make so much of it? And why is it just sitting around now? One day it'll make a comeback. We'll all have gotten rid of it and then be like, God dang it. Why didn't we keep... Oh, look at that. Nestle Walt Disney World, 25th anniversary. I love figurines. I'm a sucker. I bet that's Homeco. I'm not even going to look. I just know. I just know it's Homeco. I know. Bags. Well, that's a wind-up Mattel music box. Now, I generally don't source here. They do research their items and price them accordingly, less than eBay. So still a good deal, but for me, as someone who resells, I usually can't find things here that I can flip. But what's fun is I can kind of go and research, like, oh, look, they have this item and they've marked it this much. Or they have something and they didn't really mark it up. So then I know, you know, I'm not going to pick that thing up if I see it because it's probably not worth that much money. You know what I mean? Frozen 2. I have not seen Frozen 2. Donald Duck soap. Oh, how fun is that? What do they have on this? $5.49. Look at that. M&M roller coaster. And back here, they move a lot of the clearance. Not all of it, but a lot of it they will move back here. So again, this is stuff that's 50 to 80% off. And of course, they have tons of clothes here. But they really are like a more kind of traditional thrift store in that they take almost every category available, but they look everything over, so you know it's in good shape. Versus, you know, thrift stores, sometimes you just got to take it as it is. You don't know really until you get it home what the condition is. All these aisles of hard goods. Everything's always just nice and organized, which is why I like to bring my home decor here, just like general home decor, versus the booth, because they can just display things so well. There's just more room here, you know what I mean? So my booth is kind of small in terms of the depth of the shelves. So larger pieces, it just makes a lot more sense to bring them here. Okay, I'm downtown now. I'm gonna take in this table and then I'm gonna have to come back for this basket of inventory. So this is heavy. I had to park down a little ways, so this will be my workout, hauling this in there, but I needed more table space for my second booth space. Okay. Did a lot of rearranging. So this is the first one. I have more at home. Things I can bring down. That'll go up there actually. Well, that's perfect. Sorry, I have a fan on around my neck. And then this. Put the basket of linens there. Salt and peppers there. So yeah. Still plenty of room, you know, just keep moving things around. I'm trying to find something else that could stick up there, but it's very odd the way it's laid out. You can't get much. I don't know if I get these up there. Maybe. Whoa. I'll turn them this way. I can do that. This is kind of messy, but I don't really know. I should probably take these Francoma mugs out. They haven't sold. I mean, a lot of things haven't sold. A lot of things have sold, but a lot of things haven't. And I guess that's just part of having a booth. You just keep putting things in until there's no more room. Oh, I'm worn out. It is a lot of work to do this. It is no joke. Oh, I am back in the car. Sweaty mess. No matter how hard I try to keep cool in there, I always leave a sweaty mess. I was wearing my neck fan today. This is quite helpful. I got this one at Target, but they sell them on Amazon. My friend Brett Ott, who is with O Unit Productions, used to be very active here on YouTube. Original member of the Pick Militia. If you know, you know. But when I got he has 3 booth spaces in a mall in Pennsylvania. They're huge booth spaces. Plus he sells on eBay. But when I got mine, he's like, it's a ton of fun, but it's a ton of hard work. And I remember thinking, how hard can it be? You just put things in the booth. Oh my God, it's so hard. It's like physical labor to be moving all the stuff around, trying to display Oh my gosh. So I was in there about an hour and a half doing my booth and then getting pictures for the Facebook. So I'll go home now and work on the photos and the posts for the coming week, and just trying to get more people to come downtown and go in. So there's a lot of people downtown who work downtown. There's a lot of service businesses, accountants, lawyers, that kind of thing. And there is some retail. There's a ton of restaurants, though. Tons of restaurants. Not as much retail. There's this shop. There's Ivy Trellis gift shop on the corner. And then there's some shops across the way. There's, like beauty salons, stuff like that. But it's not, the traditional downtown where you have one street of just retail. Our downtown's very large. It's two sides, actually. The river's in between. So it's not the kind of place that you park and just walk to everything. You got to move your car around. So just getting people to come over here and go in. So that's what we're trying to do, grow the Facebook. And that's the best way, honestly, because that's the local business. So anyway, that is what I will be doing. I also need to finish some drafts for eBay. I have the drafts. I just need to do the photos, get that stuff up. So that's probably what I'll be working on the rest of the day. I am back into writing again. I'm writing more children's books in the Pug Dog Tales series. I'm currently writing a Halloween book. I've got 5 pages done, which is great. Well, first draft. So need to make sure I get back to that. I definitely took a break from the writing when my brother passed. It was just like I just didn't have the mental space to write anything. So anyway, but yeah, I think I will go home and wash my face because I am a little dewy. Gotta wash up a little. I hate sweating and being dirty and being hot. I like to be cool and dry. Cool and dry all done. I am feeling better this week. I know last week I posted that video of I'm just like I had to take a little break from YouTube for my mental health, and you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Little break here and there, get away from it, come back to it. So anyway, got to go home now, see my puppies, get some lunch, and then get to work. So I'm back home now, and I was thinking, I just was down at my booth, and on the one side where that's the dark table is and it has the shelf on the bottom, nothing ever gets looked at the bottom. And I've seen, lots of posts from other booth vendors, like don't put anything on the floor, don't put anything under, you can't see it, but like, what do you do when you have space? And now I'm thinking, instead of getting a bigger table, I think I'm going to take, I've got these 2 big picnic baskets. I could take them down. Obviously I could price them, but I could kind of put them in front of that table to create another table space. So things are off the floor, but I'm utilizing everything because they'll be for sale as well. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm thinking of doing that, but that'll be next week's project. I only go down there once a week usually, but so I got other work to do. It is the next day. It's Thursday, and I'm actually headed back downtown to my booth because I forgot the little sticker sign yesterday, so I made a new one. And then I'm taking one of the baskets down, this rattan one. And I'm going to take the other basket back. Those woven picnic baskets, I didn't know that they can be quite valuable. Depends, condition, everything. But I took a smaller one down. I'm going to take that one back, do some more research, take this one down. This one is a double handle rattan, but it has some damage on the back. It's got a little fading, so it'll work perfect for what I need it to. But yeah, we're gonna take that other stuff back home. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I need to go to the bank because I still haven't put my new will in the safe deposit box, and I kind of need to do that and take the old will out and shred it and all that kind of fun adulting stuff. So that is where I'm headed now. There is metered parking in the downtown. I don't know if your downtowns have that, but all here in Waterloo and Cedar Falls all have metered parking. So you got to have your quotas. There's an app, you can pay it online. So there is that. You pay more when you do that, but that is one of the negatives about the downtown is the metered parking. Because that, for people who are already like on the border of like, oh, do I really want to go down there? They're like, oh, metered parking, no. It turns people off. So the rents and things, if you're downtown, are a lot cheaper than if you're in a more modern commercial area. But, every place has its problems in downtown with the metered parking. And then The reason they do metered parking too is to make sure that people who work in the offices aren't parking in the front, that they're using, like when I worked at the Chamber of Commerce, there was a parking garage right behind the building and we parked there. They don't want people who work down there parking in front of the shops and restaurants, because then people that go down, or people that go down for jury duty to park anywhere, they want them to park in a specific spot. So there is that reasoning for it, but if you have a shop or restaurant, it does make it difficult, especially when it's busy and people can't find a spot and they give up quickly. If you can't find a spot, you've looped around a couple times and it's like, well, forget it, I'll just go somewhere else. So anyway, off I go, and hopefully I can find a spot. Okay, we're downtown. I'm going in with my basket. Okay, I'm back home. Once again, I did not get any footage of the booth. I got the camera and I was going to take a picture and show you what I did, but then the owner came over and we got to talking and trying to figure out how to get, more promotion and more people in the store, so I totally forgot. Then on my way home, a thought popped into my head of, oh, I wish my dad could see the booth. And then I just start bawling. Just start crying. I haven't really cried that much about my dad, but man, when it comes on, it's a lot. I just thought he'd love to go down there and see it. He used to have a booth space years and years and years ago, like 30 years ago, maybe. At a place downtown that's no longer there. And so we'd go, and it was basically bookshelves. It was a flea market, they, described it as. So it was very, bare bones, but he put his John Deere tractors that he was kind of weeding out down there. So that used to be a thing we go. So he would have loved the booth space. So sometimes the grief just hits. But then I did go to the bank and got my new will put in there. I took out all the old stuff. So I need to do some sorting of paperwork. I am still trying to get my affairs in order. They are in order. I've updated my will. Power of attorney, both for the stuff and for the medical. And right now I'm still going through with instructions. I'm doing 2 instructions. One, if I'm like in the hospital unconscious, but I'm going to live. And then the other, if I die, what family should do. Because I knew what to do for my dad. Obviously, all that was taken care of, but I don't have anybody that knows what to do for me anymore. It was my dad or my brother. So I need to get all that in order, which I know nobody likes to think about, but honestly, you get it or you feel so much better about it, once it's done. So I did want to say I have seen comments about people asking things I've shown in the video. When's it going to be for sale? When's it going to be on eBay? I feel bad about that because I'm kind of filming somewhat in real time. So it does take me a while to get things onto eBay. So the best thing I can tell you to do is follow my eBay store. It is linked in the comments below. I do not sell off of eBay other than in my booth, just because of accounting and taxes and all the things. It's just so much easier to just keep it on eBay for me, the shipping, everything. So if you just follow my store, I think it alerts you, or you can set your alerts when new things are listed. It just takes me a while to get it up. So I did, however, have some questions about the Crayola bag that I showed. Let me show you that. So I had some interest in this Crayola bag. This I'm actually giving to Ryan, Jack Valentine here on YouTube. He is an art teacher and he was interested in it for his classroom. Jack and Ryan are my backup for the dogs if something happens to me. So yeah, this is going to go to Ryan. So I'm sorry for those of you that wanted it, but I'm giving that to him. I need to get that in the mail. I do have at least one other thing I was going to send to them too. So anyway, but yeah, if you just follow my eBay store, it takes me a while. It stresses me out, the pressure to like get stuff listed. I do have a lot of stuff drafted, so I do need to get my photos done. Now that I've had my day of like booth day where I obviously restock and reorganize my booth, and then I come home and I do all the social media for the shop and for my own booth. That's like my Wednesday thing. So today I need to get back to eBay and get my drafts finished and listed. All the paper doll books, other than the 2 I took to my booth, are going to be on eBay. So I'm downstairs now in my reselling space in the basement, and I'm going to be photographing everything here that is drafted. I was waiting, honestly, to do the paper towels. Why? I'm going to call these paper towels forever. Paper dolls, until I got cardboard mailers in. So I needed to make sure I had cardboard mailers, because obviously we don't want these to be bent. So yeah, they're drafted though, so I just have to snap photos and get them listed. So hopefully by the time you see this video, hopefully everything here is listed. If it's not, it will be, because this is all drafted. Okay, so I've got some listed. The thing with these is, so I'm going through the ones that I have multiples first, but I have to look through every one of them to make sure a page didn't actually get punched out. So I am photographing each of the pages, but then, like, you know, I have 3 of these. I had to go through each one. So it is taking a while to get through when I have the duplicates to do that. But these are up, this is up, this and this. And then over here, I've still got these. I have a long way to go, so it's just gonna take a while. And the New Kids blocks and the Barbie. I should get this Sabrina doll up, actually. So I had somebody ask about that. This is why it's stressful for me when I show a haul, but it's not listed yet. And I feel bad because people are like, when's that gonna be? I'm like, I'm trying. I should delay the videos a bit until I can get things listed, but it's kind of hard to do because sometimes it might be a while. So, but I'm gonna get her listed because I know somebody specifically asked about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. All you do is press her button in the back, or roll that thing, and her hand twitches. See, her hand's weird. It just twitches. I'm like, where's the magic? Try me. Well, what? No, you just roll the little thing. I'm like, you can't do better than that, Sabrina. Although apparently the cat's eyes do glow. Okay, it's later, Thursday night. I've had 2 sales. I put these cards up for auction. They are Roy Rogers pop-out cards from Post Cereal. So you can see this one got popped out, what it would be, you know, kind of a outline there. I put these at auction because I just didn't know what to price them at. The thing with these type of trading cards is eBay will want you to grade them. So like some of them don't have their borders because they were popped out or maybe cut. It's just so complicated. So I just put them up at auction as is, and they got bid up to $10.49 with the buyer paying shipping. So that is fine by me. And then Sabrina sold shortly after I listed her. So hopefully the person who wanted that got it. And she sold for $39.99. So buyers paid shipping as well. So I will get these 2 things out. And I did want to mention too, when I said, you know, that I don't sell off of eBay or in my booth, a big reason for that is taxes. So I am not set up to collect sales tax anymore. This way. So when I first started my business, it was a gift basket business and I sold locally. So I got a sales tax permit to collect and remit sales tax to the state of Iowa. I did local sales. When I started to sell on eBay, the law was you had to still collect sales tax for your state. Later, the laws changed because the government of the other states, the governments in those states wanted the taxes that were they wanted to collect tax from items that were being sold to their state. So when somebody ordered online, collect tax and then remit it to that state. Well, you can imagine collecting and remitting tax to all of the states that require that. Not all of them do, but most do now. So eBay, Etsy, Amazon, I think Poshmark, Primacari, they all take care of the tax. That was a huge thing back in the day when that happened, when the laws changed and you had to collect sales tax. Because how were any of us going to do that? It was just like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Fortunately, the platform stepped up. And so when you buy something on eBay, if you are in a state that does have a sales tax, you know that you are paying sales tax for your state. eBay collects it from you and then sends it to your state. The sellers don't have to. So I am not set up to collect sales tax for anybody anymore. I got rid of my permit for Iowa because I don't sell locally unless it's on eBay or at my booth. And at the antique mall, they collect the sales tax. So I don't have to do any of that. Now the laws, I know people say, well, it's only if you sell like $200,000 or do 250 transactions to a state. But consider California. A lot of my sales come from California. In a busy year, I could be selling well over 250 items to California. If eBay wasn't collecting that tax, I would have to collect that tax. And I think California is one of the states where there are different regions of it. So it's more than just, it's a whole thing. I'm not doing it. There are sellers who are selling and they're not collecting sales tax because they're just telling themselves, well, you know, I don't sell that much to that state, or they figure if they get audited, they'll just cut a check. So no, I don't mess with the IRS. Okay, I do not mess with Uncle Sam. We are going through the proper channels. So the collection and remittance of sales tax is a big thing for me. I want everything through eBay, or now it's through the booth. And that way I have all my paperwork in order. Everything is legal. I don't have any worries about that. So, and just know when I do show you hauls, I will say too, they're usually, they're raw hauls. When I start to go through things, I might find flaws. I might find things that just aren't worth anything, and it's not worth my time to list it. Oftentimes it will be a case where I find a major flaw that I don't see right away, that maybe, okay, I'm not going to put it on eBay, or it's going to go on my booth. So like I said, the best way is to just follow my eBay store. Again, it's linked below. You can follow it and get notified whenever new listings go up. And that's really the best I can do. I can't track everybody who wants me to know when something gets listed. I can't do that. It's too much. But eBay has a good system now where you can follow sellers and get notified. So they do have that set up. And like I said, otherwise it'll go on the booth. But if something doesn't get listed in either or, it's probably because there was a major flaw that I found. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. And I apologize for those of you who get excited and you see something, you want it. But it's just me. Now I have to process everything too. My dad used to do it for me, so I've got all that as well. So it just takes a while. And this isn't my full-time job. I am a writer, and I actually just finished. I've been working on it today, this afternoon, the first draft of the next children's book. It'll be a Halloween children's book with the dogs. So first draft is done. Now I go through the second draft. Basically what I do with my first draft is I just sit down and blah, 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 blah. It's not perfect. Parts of it don't rhyme, but I get the story out, and then I go back to the top and I line by line go through it and fix it up. And I try to make the second draft the final so that I can proceed. So I'll go slowly through it and fix errors and take out parts, write new parts, all that stuff. But anyway, I have to get that done, and then I just actually, when I finished that draft, then I went in and created draft files for my 2025 Beginner's Guide to eBay and Beginner's Guide to KDP books. So I can have that ready. And then, of course, making the 2025 Reseller Planner and Accounting Ledger that I'm going to do. And those are my absolute priority. So all of this, when that takes hold and I got to focus on that, this eBay stuff, it'll wait, which is why I like eBay. It's always there. eBay's always there, just waiting for you. You can ditch it, you can cancel it, you can break up with it, ignore it, and then if you want it back, it's just right there, just waiting for you. And goodness knows I've come in and out of eBay a lot over the years. So anyway, that is the update of that. But now I gotta find a box for Sabrina. Hopefully she doesn't magically break out of it when she's in the post. I was just about to end the vlog for the day when I got another order, and it's from one of you guys who watch me. Thank you so much. Got this Bible for $15.99 plus shipping. If you've been with me a long time, you know that I used to get every Bible there was. If it was Bible, get it. Half fallen apart, pages missing, it didn't matter. Get all the Bibles. I'm a little more selective now, but this is a really nice picture Bible. It's like a comic book style. So anyway, be able to get this shipped out tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the links under the video. The very first link will take you to my Amazon storefront. There you will find all of my books and recommended products. I've written numerous books about how to make money online on sites such as eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and YouTube. So if you're interested in learning how to make money the same way I do, be sure to check those out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.